What's up, everyone? I am Matt, and joining me is the one and only Nick Mulbach. This is a throwback episode of Real Talk. It's just me. It's just Nick. It's going to be a shorter episode because if you can't tell, we're Browns fans, and Nick's on mute. And we got our team in the playoffs tonight, so we're doing a short
I can't operate technology, and I apparently muted myself. Browns.
Yeah, Browns.
We're partially late because I could not find my brown shirt. I was wearing a LeBron James shirt. But I'm just happy to be here. You know, Matt and I haven't done a show that was just the two of us in quite a long time, not without a guest or anything like that. And that was how this show used to be. It would just be Matt and I joking around and having fun for about 45 minutes or so. But hey, we got stuff to talk about, surprisingly. We've been away for a little bit, I would say.
We took kind of a holiday hiatus is the best way to put it for this show. Because It was the first you had, I think the last episode we did was the Sunday, if I remember correctly. I'm not even 100% sure on that.
Was that you said you were cutting out a little bit?
I said I think the Sunday before Christmas was the last episode we had.
That would probably be it, yeah. We like I said, I'm so happy to be here, happy to be talking about movies for a little while, because like I said, it's been a minute before we've been able to do anything movie wise. Just like I said, happy to be back at it. And like I said, it's just us today. The other guys taking the night off, doing their own things that they have to do. Because like I said, this is kind of an odd time for us. We've never really done a 5 o'clock live stream before in order to get the show going. But yeah, I guess before we start off with anything, let's talk a little Browns. I'm happy to see that they're in the playoffs under any circumstances that they are right now. Right. It feels good to finally be able to say that our team, the Browns, are in the playoffs. Though it scares me a little bit that the Ravens moved on and we might have to face them again at some point.
If we did, it wouldn't be until the conference championship. So,
well, you know what? Forget it.
It's been nearly a month without Real Talk. The last Real Talk that we had was Disney Investors Day Part 2, where we had Connor and Taylor share their thoughts on Disney Investors Day also. So it's been a minute.
That's right. I'm like I said, well, for the Browns to be in the playoffs for the first time since 2002?
18 years.
18 long years that we have not seen our Brownies in the playoffs. So we're definitely going to have to talk about that a little bit. But that said, we have some movie news to talk about, weirdly enough. That's why you're all here to listen to us talk. And I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah. So we only got a few news, and then we're going to talk about some of the changes and programming lineup and whatnot afterwards. But first and foremost, let's get this news out of the way. Sacha Baron Cohen says, do not expect a Borat 3. He went on to talk about how the only reason he brought Borat back for a second film was because of Trump, and he wanted to expose Trump and his supporters and everything. And if you haven't seen that film, I'd say he did a damn good job of it.
Yeah, I mean, political parts of it aside, I guess we're not getting any more Borat, which I didn't even think, honestly. I guess that's for the same reason that he brought it back. We're not getting any more Borat ever again. I never thought that there was going to be another Borat movie until they randomly dropped that teaser online, and he went through and he promoted it like crazy. And
how you doing, Samuel?
Doing wonderful. Just happy to be back on here. Thank you. Yeah, affiliate status on Twitch. I don't think that we have mentioned that yet.
Not on this show, at least.
Not on this show, because again, it's been a while. But yeah, my thing about it is, like, you know, it was a character that for some reason I always thought that there was going to be something that he was going to bring back for it. I don't think that we were ever going to get a Bruno 2 or a Dictator 2, which good that we weren't going to get sequels to those movies. But yeah, he went out there and he did what he was going to say, or he did what he said he was going to do, and completely succeeded in that. So good for him.
Granted, he did risk his life in a couple situations due to it, but
Not surprised. It's Sacha Baron Cohen. That's what he does.
yeah. But either way, I'm excited. I'm happy. I shouldn't say I'm happy. Granted, this Borat 2, I did not watch the first Borat film until I saw Borat 2. So I'm not as connected as some people are to it. So
First one is a classic. First one is a classic.
It's like, all right, cool. Good for you, dude. Keep making your money. Keep doing your stuff. No one's going to say boo about it. There we go. But yeah, I'm cool. I'm happy. It is what it is. But what can you say more? So another piece of news that we have that I don't have a graphic for is Walter Hamada, the president of DC, when it comes to their film and side of things, had his contract extended through 2023. This came as a shock to some people going on and the Ray Fisher side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's not pretty.
I was one of those people who was surprised myself. I would prefer to I don't know. I feel like at this rate we're never going to see Ray Fisher besides Justice League
and the Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut, I mean, that's what I was going to say. Ever again beyond this point.
Yeah. He came out and said he's like not be doing any DC films under Walter Hamada, and Walter Hamada is in charge of every DC film. So
right. I'm not thrilled about it. I really wish that, like, you know, I don't know. This whole situation is such a mess. If it means that Ray Fisher can get himself out of it, then good for him. Because, like, I think that this has all reached its tipping point, unfortunately. Yeah. And the wrong people are coming out on top with it. And because I really, really like Ray Fisher as Cyborg. Even in a not good Justice League film, he was definitely one of the standout performances, and I definitely want to see him in other things outside of the DCEU, because I feel like, again, he's been wrapped up in so much crap with this that I'm hoping that obviously it doesn't hurt his career when it comes to getting other offers. I don't think that it will. He's a great actor, doing that stage play, Muhammad Ali, and other films beyond that. And I just, like
Justice League is the only film on his.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. But like I said, I want to see him continue to act, continue to get roles. Maybe he could join the MCU. There we go. Where the actors are treated somewhat fairly, I assume. And yeah, am I sort of happy that this isn't going to be in the news cycle as much anymore? Maybe. At the same time,
for all we know.
I mean, like I said, at the same time, I almost feel as though the wrong person came out on top in this.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad because there's the rumors he was supposed to play a decent sized role in the Flash film. So now that has to be written out. And they said they're not recasting. Well, there's rumors saying they're not even recasting Cyborg. They're just throwing him by the wayside.
Which it wouldn't entirely hurt. That's the thing. It's like, you got to recast Batman. You got to recast certain characters. When it comes to Cyborg, unfortunately, he's just not one of those characters who's on that tier for Justice League that, like, Green Lantern would be, or a Batman or a Superman would be. Though it's interesting to me that would always be the character that they would bring out for something like this, keeping him separate from his Teen Titans universe, even in the TV show version of it, where they put him in Doom Patrol and not the Titans TV show.
Yeah. I mean, Doom Patrol, I understand why they did that. It's weird to me, that whole situation. But granted, over the last 10 or so years, Cyborg has been more so Justice League than Teen Titans, so it makes sense in that regard. Yeah. But hey, I'm with you. I feel like the wrong person came out on top. It's just one of those things where you just got to live with it. It happened. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to say? This is where we are.
No more Cyborg. This is just the unfortunate part of it. And like I said, was that Michael Keaton Batman role written to basically replace him? Who knows? Because I have a feeling that he's going to have a pretty dang big impact on this movie.
Yeah. And I don't think it was written to replace him, because I know it sounded like he was replacing the Thomas Wayne role. That's what it sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
So in that regard, it makes sense to have him in it instead, because if I remember correctly, Cyborg is who brings and this is just based off of the Flashpoint animated film, which is still one of the best DC animated films ever released. If I remember correctly, Cyborg plays a role in bringing him to Thomas Wayne. So,
yeah, you got a different Cyborg. Everybody looks different in those, which is why I was always like, if they're going to do Flashpoint, give me the super thin Henry Cavill that's been trapped inside of a container, and have the Amazonians and Atlanteans be fighting each other, and have this ginormous super jack Cyborg walking around.
Hey, you get to kill Amber Heard in that movie, so.
Okay, we're not talking about murdering people on the show.
No, I'm just talking about the character of me. Like, that would appease a lot of DC fans.
It might, but yeah, I mean, well, they're going a completely different route with this Flashpoint movie. Who knows what the hell we're going to be getting with this? I think that we're going to. I had heard rumors that were probably from We Got This covered that I just didn't read, that they might even bring Nicolas Cage's Superman back. Oh, beautiful! Would love to see it.
Happy Sunday, Jess.
But like I said, yeah, this Flashpoint movie is going to be a complete mess. I have a feeling. I mean, I'm very happy that I get to see Michael Keaton as Batman again. And I hope that it's like the original suit and everything, maybe a little bit of a higher tech version of it or something like that. But
to me, the original suit makes the most sense, because if Michael Keaton's Batman, he's going to have more lumbered movements. He already had more lumbered movements in that suit. So it just...
Ain't that the truth? It's just gonna. My favorite turnaround reveal is Michael Keaton's Batman. I think that we need more no neck movement cowls back in our lives. That would just be beautiful.
That's the only no neck movement cowl we need in our life.
And yes, bring Nicolas Cage back as Superman. Give us the opportunity to see what he would have been like on screen. I want long hair and all. I want the weird glowing suit. I just want everything when it comes to that movie. It's like with an Ezra Miller Flash movie, let's just get freaking weird in this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, hey, it's the one movie you can get completely weird in.
Right. It's like, I want Michael Keaton's Batman and Flash to be traveling through time like a bunch of bros, and just give me what I want. That was me quoting Batista on Monday Night Raw at one point, but give me what I want.
Speaking of Batista, once again, something I don't have the graphic for. We had the first look of him in the new Zack Snyder film.
Probably something that it would be nice if we had a graphic for.
Yeah, I know. It happened. No, that is something that it's like, hey, cool. This movie's finally coming out. We're getting an anime tie-in series with it, which I don't know if I'm necessarily excited for it, but I'll take it. But hey. Who are we to complain? It's content. Content is something we have sorely been lacking lately, and that's why we had that whole hubbub about the DC and freaking HBO deal, or not DC, the Warner Brothers and HBO deal. I am kind of tired today. My apologies.
It's all good, buddy. And hey, look at that! I did my show craft. So you know, and Batista is really the only person that I know of in this image. I'm pretty sure. But I
know a few faces, like the African American gentleman there. I know the face. Can't name the actor's name for my life. But
I'm excited. Just more zombie. I think that Zack Snyder is going to be bringing the zombie genre back with that film, and it's on Netflix, so you know that everybody's going to end up watching it, and it's probably going to get a million sequels that probably are completely unnecessary. But I feel like that's a thing with Netflix films, is just that like it does gangbusters, and then they're like, all right, we're going to get another sequel. Here's a sequel. And we're going to cancel all the shows that you enjoy. I don't think that Matt and I will ever forgive Netflix for canceling Everything Sucks.
Giving us never.
But give us like a million sequels to a bunch of shows that nobody wants, or ending BoJack Horseman, even though I kind of knew that was coming eventually. Every single season of BoJack that I watch, I just go, are they gonna end it now, or are they not gonna end it now? And then it lasted 5, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Taylor, I think that's kind of the thought, the most resounding thought is everybody says Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead is his best movie. So if it keeps up with that quality, I think a lot of people will be happy.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there was a couple more images. I don't really know anything about it. I'm not going to say anything about it. So
did they show zombies yet?
Yes.
How did they look?
They have not shown how the zombies look.
I mean, that's a big deal right there, is, showing how the zombies are going to look is going to be one of the most important things for that film, because we want to know, I if it's Zack Snyder, and I know that he did Dawn of the Dead, or yes, what did I?
Dawn of the Dead, yes.
Yes, Dawn of the Dead. I'm sorry, I am not as well equipped on my Zack Snyderverse, but like, he did Dawn of the Dead, so he knows the zombie look. But I almost feel as though it's Zack Snyder. He could just completely weird things out and create a new zombie or something like that. So I think that I want to know how the zombies are going to look for this movie. I'm almost more excited to see that than any of the casting.
No, I can definitely understand that. Jess, who doesn't really care for horror movies, really enjoyed Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. So that's good to know. I mean, it's one of the few Snyder films I haven't seen. Actually, he's only directed like 7 films, so it's few.
The man does exclusive projects right there.
Yeah.
He's one of those directors that can get whatever he wants.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to say the least. But yeah, I'll see it when it comes out. That's just how I am. I'll see it. I got no issues saying I'll see it. Hold judgment till then.
Yeah,
and yeah. Just other
There's specific things that Matt will go crazy for the first images released. And that would be Star Wars and Marvel and DC, and not zombie films.
Well, no, I don't go crazy for Marvel and DC. It just depends on what the image is. Just hope he has fun with it and doesn't do the whole self-important thing he's done in DC. Yeah, that and what we're going to get into with our next story is going to play into that. Okay. Wonder Woman 3 was officially greenlit 2 days after its release on Wonder Woman 1984's release on HBO Max. The film has been fast-tracked, but the real question is, when will we see it? Because, well, it's now known Patty Jenkins is making Rogue Squadron, the next Star Wars film, which is set to come out in 2023. So with that in mind...
Damn Star Wars getting in the way of another Wonder Woman movie that should not get as much hate as it is getting, by the way.
Nick and I, we stand that film.
We like it. Yeah. I mean, like, there's no reason not to. I get some of the reasons why. But I just feel as though I like it. I don't know. But I don't know. This movie's going to come out. They're all going to, I would imagine if Rogue Squadrons, is 2021, maybe this movie 2023. Hey, maybe they're fast tracking it to 2022. I'm kidding. That won't be a good movie if that's the case. But I'm curious to know what they're going to continue to do with this film or this franchise.
Said it's going to take place, and Patty Jenkins has said it's going to take place in more of a contemporary time. So we may see our first current just timeline Wonder Woman film.
Mm-hmm. I almost want that more than Rogue Squadron. Sorry, Matthew. But you know what? Frankly, I'll give it this. They put Patty Jenkins in a Star Wars film, and I'm intrigued. Because I like Patty Jenkins. I will watch anything that Patty Jenkins does. But it's just, I don't know. Who knows when this movie is going to end up coming out? I'm glad, I had saw some like crazy conspiracy theorist YouTubers going, does this hurt her chances to direct a Star Wars film? I'm like, it's Patty Jenkins, people. I get that the movie is not doing that well to critics, but like,
you're not the only person that said, man. The rest of us said we enjoyed it. It was a fun film. That's what we said. I personally have it as my second or third favorite DCU film. So
I just feel as though I like to see that comment up there and then see Chris's face like this, like he's trying to shield it from us because he's the only one who said meh. Love you, Chris. But I just there's more light on me finally. I just forgot to lift up my lampshade a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I hate the idea that like this movie not doing well critically is going to ruin. I mean, this isn't Book of Henry, people. Let's just say that out loud right now.
Yeah, this film is not Book of Henry.
Book of Henry will ruin your chances of making a Star Wars film, but not Wonder Woman 1984, because I would imagine that like have any of the numbers come out about how it's doing financially, and can you even judge how it's a movie like that is doing financially?
I know. Let me look this up. I know it did well the first week on HBO Max, and then
I know theater-wise, it did nothing.
No, it's theaters. For theaters, it had the biggest opening since the pandemic happened.
Oh, well, good for them. I mean, I want to keep seeing Wonder Woman movies. I will keep watching Wonder Woman movies. I love Wonder Woman movies. So Chris saying there is no way Patty Jenkins isn't doing Rogue Squadron and Wonder Woman 3. DC will wait for her Star Wars production to finish first. As they should. And you know, that movie will probably end up opening a lot better than we're seeing things right now by the time that happens.
So here's what I can say about Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max. The streaming service registered more signups than any other streaming service within that time period of the first 3 days of it. It bested Hamilton's release by 40%.
Wow. That's a big jump right there, considering how well Hamilton did.
And here HBO saw the total viewing hours on Friday more than triple in comparison to a typical day in the previous month. So there's that. And the box office is,
for our audio listeners, this is what I like to call dead air.
It is dead air. Here, it's made 32.6 million overseas or in America, and its total international tally is 98.8 million.
Okay, so I mean, you add that together with the
131 million plus whatever it's done in HBO Max. I mean,
it's doing fine. Yeah, that's basically the thing to get out of this, is that it is definitely doing okay.
They've probably broken even by now.
Right. Which is not what you want to do on a movie like that. Don't get me wrong. Like,
yeah, it's not what you want to do.
Clearly not the
either
goal.
Keep losing money or break even.
Right. Which is what Mulan ended up doing. Not that Disney needed it to break even because they're Disney. That's just me. It's just like, listen, I said the Browns because I'm very excited for this playoff game tonight. This movie, we're going to continue to get him, and I guarantee you, I agree with Chris, they're going to continue to wait for Patty Jenkins to be done with directing Rogue Squadron. I'm going to see, I think we're going to probably get Wonder Woman in 2024.
Realistically, I think late 2024 or middle of 2025 is the most realistic option, because it's Star Wars, so there's going to be the huge press stuff involved in it and all that. So it just depends.
We love that. We love that press. But
I love press, of course.
I don't know. I'm hoping to see another Wonder Woman movie before the Star Wars one. Sorry, everybody. Just because, like I said, I liked Wonder Woman 1984. I loved the first Wonder Woman.
I'm actually with you on this, and I know you're probably shocked to hear that. I'd rather see Wonder Woman 3 before Star Wars, because Star Wars is doing perfectly fine on its own via streaming. With The Mandalorian, we get Book of Boba Fett next year. We'll probably have Ahsoka, The Acolyte, and Rangers of the New Republic all by the time the next Star Wars film will come out. So I would rather see a Wonder Woman 3 before that, because I'm still getting my Star Wars fix.
Yeah, I know. I am, I I just want another Wonder Woman movie. I don't know if we're gonna get another Justice League movie, so it's just like, or when we're gonna get another Justice League
Never.
movie. So hopefully not for a very, very long time, because it's gonna be done right, and DC isn't gonna mess anything up whatsoever, and we're just going to get the greatest Justice League movie. Am I right, everybody? No? Okay. But I just want to see another Wonder Woman movie. Just give me another Wonder Woman movie before we get another Star Wars movie. That's just me.
Yeah. Well, since we are talking about Star Wars, let's just go over this. Kevin Feige's Star Wars film has a writer. His name is Michael Walbrat. Let me just make sure I have this right.
Kevin Feige's Star Wars film. Hold up. What?
Oh, this was announced. Michael Waldron. That's his name. This was announced over a year ago. Kevin Feige's producing a Star Wars film.
Producing. Okay. He's not
hands-on producer of it.
Oh, he's gonna give it to Jon Favreau, right?
I think Favreau's got his hands full with 4 TV shows, but that's
I know. Hey, good. I mean, who are they? Maybe the Russo brothers will direct a Star Wars film or something like that.
I would not be opposed to that.
Give it to one of his boys.
But it's interesting because if I remember correctly, Waldron is he wrote WandaVision and he wrote Multiverse of Madness. I'm just double checking this real quick.
Okay, I mean
Loki. He wrote Loki and Doctor Strange 2.
Those are 2. And listen, I saw that. I guess I haven't really had a chance to talk about that trailer for that Loki series, and it looks awesome. I am so excited for that series. And if there is somebody that I want clever writing,
yeah, we'll get to Loki next week because that's I'm part of the announced programming when we get to it.
Well, all I would like to say about that is there's a character that I would like clever writing for. It would be Loki. So to see that a person who wrote Loki is writing this Star Wars film should be great.
Some people are hoping that it is a Palpatine film. I'm like,
I'm doing a Palpatine film. Okay. Like a young Palpatine film?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe we get to finally see the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Yay. My favorite. I love that movie. Episode 3 is the best Star Wars film. But that's beyond the point. It is because it's stupid and I love stupid. All right? Leave me alone. One of my favorite shows is Family Guy. Give me a break. Yeah, I mean, a young Palpatine film would be something that I would be interested in, just because, again, that's the character that I've been with throughout this entire series the most, weirdly enough. I guess you could say Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker as well, but I mean, I've seen Palpatine from the beginning. Why not give me some more origins? Who's your young Palpatine at this point?
A lot of people have pitched Tom Hiddleston for years, and I've never been able to get over it, so there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I mean, there you go, right there. That's your scoop of the day, right there. Is if people have been pitching for Tom Hiddleston, guys writing a low-key series. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, right here. You heard it right here on Who Are They Real Entertainment. We are hypothesizing that Kevin Feige is producing a Palpatine movie. I think my brain stopped working there for a second.
Well, while we're on Feige, Brie Larson kind of went on her social medias and teased that she's starting to get back in training mode for Captain Marvel 2. I'm not upset with that at all. I love her as Captain Marvel. So
okay. So where Chris said that he was meh, I feel like I'm one of the only people who love that movie. Like I have it higher ranked than everybody else that I know of, at least. I really like Captain Marvel. Maybe I love these empowered female superheroes. It's probably what it is.
It's such a crime to love empowered female superheroes, though.
I know. But yeah, thanks, internet. But I really, I don't think that we're going to get any more scrolls, but we would probably get another Ronin the Destroyer movie. A lot of people are
wondering where it would take place. Would it be similar to Wonder Woman, where
Chris also digs Captain Marvel, my man?
Would it be similar to Wonder Woman, where we had a more so time, because we don't know where she went after after the first one, and we know she said in Endgames, like, this isn't the only place that's needed saving.
Right.
So
yeah. And that's, I feel like we could get more space travel out of her, just like we would with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I want to see more of her interacting with Sam Jackson. I would love to see another good Captain Marvel movie. And I'm going to say it again. I freaking love Captain Marvel.
So do I. I am not upset with this news at all. I want more. I want more. I want more.
It's going to have Miss Marvel, right? I hadn't heard that.
Yes, it is going to have Miss Marvel. That is correct. So
okay.
I guess we do have an idea of where this is going to take place, because we know Miss Marvel takes place more so in the modern day.
Yeah, and that's another series. But again, we're going to get to that later with the program switches that I haven't heard about. So can't talk about that. Because we did get images of that kind of throughout with that.
We got a sizzle reel for it.
Mm.
So,
and I'm excited for that series.
Everyone loves a good sizzle reel. Everyone loves a good sizzle reel.
All of us love a good sizzle reel, and for those who were really anticipating the first teaser trailer for Cherry, we love a good scene of the movie.
Yeah.
Again, not that I'm going to complain, but I'm just saying. Like I was almost like I finished watching that and I went, "Is there more?" Again, it's a teaser. It should only be teasing us, and definitely tease me, because I have been talking about that movie ever since that trailer came out.
Yeah, you have. It's not. It can't even. He has. I
want to see that movie. I wanted to work on that movie, but I want to see that movie very badly. Seeing Tom Holland and the Russo brothers take Cleveland and make this serious movie, I'm just excited.
All right. Well, let's keep this train going. We only got 2 pieces of news left, then we'll talk a little bit about these changes. Promising Young Woman got its VOD announcement. If I remember correctly, let me pull up the date just to make sure. I believe it's I want to say it's January 25th. It looks like is going to be the VOD release date. I'm just checking one more time.
I have been looking at the side of our screen, wondering like what that was.
January 15th.
Entire time.
Oh, this Friday. This Friday, everyone can rent Promising Young Woman. I watched this on Friday.
Bo Burnham is in that movie?
What?
Bo Burnham is in this movie?
I don't know who. I don't.
He directed 8th Grade. He played Ryan. I'm very excited about this movie if Bo Burnham is in it.
Wait, I didn't know who Bo Burnham was. And that's him.
I'm very excited about this film because I love Bo Burnham.
I saw it. I ended up being in line with similar thinking of my father, which was you could see what they're going for. Really, it hits the right chords when it needs to, but ultimately ends up being very predictable. But it's still, I will still say this, enjoyable film. So that's my view on it.
Like I said, Bo Burnham's in it, so I'm definitely checking it out now. And it's like, in such a weird year of movies being released and stuff like that, I agree to the sentiment that Matt had brought up earlier. Content. The fact that, Bo Burnham, see, Chris and I, we just agree on everything. It's just the idea that, appreciate the content that you get. That is going to be the way that I live the rest of my life now that this pandemic has happened, because I found enjoyment in a lot of movies that I would have thought I would have never ended up watching or even rewatched. So I will definitely be checking this film out, especially now that my boy Bo Burnham is in it. I need to pick up a copy of 8th Grade on DVD. I still have not picked that up. We have a question for you, Matthew.
In this film, yes. In a film that's supposed to shock you at points, yes, predictability is a bad thing.
Same thing in Tenet, because I predicted the movie. Go on.
No, trust me, you still haven't.
I predicted part of it. I have to finish it.
Everyone predicted that part. Just want to say that.
Okay.
But
I was feeling good for a second there, buddy. Come on.
In a film that is supposed to shock you with what the subject matter is, yes, predictability, bad thing. Bad thing. So
that was a double bad thing right there from Matt. So like, it's a bad thing.
Because you're just sitting there like,
no spoilies. Bo Burnham is in this movie, Matthew.
I'm not, but I'm just showing you what my reaction was when something that was supposed to shock me happened. I'm like, okay, and you can tell it's supposed to shock you because the score ratchets up and it's gets darker in music or shocking more how music gets at shocking moments. It tries to help elevate the scene and just like. I want to be shocked
the way that you wanted it to. Yes.
It's like I want to be shocked, but I'm not.
I will say that's a problem that movies can have.
Yeah.
Like there was what was the movie? What was the movie that had Ben Affleck in it? The Accountant. I predicted that movie at the beginning. And did I enjoy it? Honestly, yeah. But like not as much as I was going to if I hadn't predicted the entire movie from a T or to a T from the beginning.
Right.
I thought that there was going to be a sequel to that movie, and I guess that's never going to happen. But
it's been teased for a while.
I like that movie a lot. But it was just kind of nice to see Ben Affleck in something that wasn't Batman at the time.
I forget what all.
I have no clue what you were trying to say.
I'm trying to think what all he was in around that time besides Batman.
Was my favorite movie of all time that I picked up for $1 at the exchange, Live by Night, around that time.
Yeah, I think that was
the movie that I enjoyed, but was obviously not as awards season-y as I thought that it was going to be.
As a lot of people thought it was going to be.
Right. So, but put Ben Affleck back at the director's chair. I want to see more Ben Affleck, especially now that he's presumably out as Batman and sobered up. And I love Ben Affleck. And I know that we were supposed to get a Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Adam Driver movie soon. I saw the pictures out for that. So yes, please. Anything with Adam Driver in it is a major yes, please.
No, I agree with you there. I'm not gonna say no to it. So. All right, and the last piece of movie news we got going on is Malcolm and Marie got a trailer this week.
Yes, it did.
And it was phenomenal. My message in our group chat right away was, give this film all the awards. Just give it all the awards. That is how I felt literally after watching this trailer.
I definitely felt the exact same way watching it. I really, 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 really want to see this movie. I want to see it now. It's my style where it's just like grounded, very few talents, and two people in particular in this movie, giving the performances of I would imagine a lifetime. And it was made during COVID, like the early part of COVID.
Yeah, on the download too. Although I wouldn't see, maybe this will be Zendaya's performance of a lifetime. I still want you to watch Euphoria because still nothing tops that for me.
Oh yeah, no, I do want to watch Euphoria because that is right up my alley. But yeah, I'm excited for this movie. I know it's Netflix, right? Netflix got it.
Yep.
Netflix went and scooped that one right up. They know what they've got in those two, definitely. But yeah, no, black and white and grounded. That's why Clerks is one of my favorite movies of all time. That is why I am incredibly excited for this.
I am excited for it. I'm just ready, man. It's just one of those things. You get to a point where you're like, just give it to me. We've been talking about this movie since July, it feels like, and I'm just give it to me.
Are they trying to release it around this time for award season then?
I think it releases in either early February or early March.
Okay. So it was cut probably?
No, because it's, if I remember correctly, February 5th. They're trying to release it in time for Valentine's Day.
That makes sense. It is a movie of two lovers.
And it's not a love story, it's a story about love. That was my favorite part of the trailer. One of my favorite parts of the trailer. And the synopsis for the film is literally one sentence. A filmmaker and his girlfriend discuss their past relationships while returning home from a movie premiere.
I didn't even know that was the plot of the movie. I am so excited for this movie now. Give me it now, please. Like literally, I want this movie. Hey, whoa. I did discuss it with him today. He did not give it this yet because he's very new to Netflix. I'm giving this movie a Lou lock. Or was it a Nick pick?
Lou's finally got Netflix, huh?
Yes. But yeah, I'm giving this movie a Lou lock. I'm excited. Wow. You described the plot to me in one simple sentence. And I heard the word
the synopsis that is there.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I have Lou lock or Nick pick. Was that what Chris told me it was?
Nick pick is what because Nick picks the Lou lock.
Yes. Nick picks the Lou lock, and I have officially picked the Lou lock. No, because like I said, I will give this the Nick pick of the day. I need to create a graphic for that just so I could click it. It would be like Nick pick, and then it explodes or something like that. But yeah, no, very excited for this movie. Very, 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 very excited for this film. Give it to me now.
Yes,
yes, it was the Nick pick. But I am so excited for this film. It's definitely getting a Nick pick because it, at the same time, like, you know, Clerks to me was always this movie where it was just two guys talking to each other literally the entire time.
See,
I mean, there was obviously.
I'm more surprised Chris isn't freaking out because Nick's picking another black film.
What can I say? I love cinema.
I expected Chris to go, of course the Nick pick is a black film.
Nick Mulbach loves movies is all I'm going to say. And If Beale Street Could Talk is one of the best out there. And so is Moonlight. And so is just, I love movies.
So is Queen and Slim. But
and Queen and Slim.
Dark ending.
Yeah. So I guess I'll I had a very weird end of the year like movie watch along that I had done where it was just like movies.
Weird end of the year period.
You had a very weird. We're not. Why? See, this is like.
No. I'm not talking about that.
Oh well, this is where we give away Taylor's. We might as well just give away Taylor's home address at this point if we're giving away his workplace, right? No. That said, so yes, and we're not going to do that. That was just a joke because Matt like totally. Well, the movie we're chatting about. Well, we're talking about Queen and Slim, but we were talking about Malcolm and Marie before. And so like I had this like really just like, I mean, I did watch Heat, I will say. So that's what broke the depressing streak, but I'll reach over for another movie that I had only started and just say that was one of the depressing movies that I watched. I started off with Loving Vincent, which is a beautiful film, but again, depressing. I then watched Uncut Gems, Good Time, Queen and Slim, started Joker. It was just like, I don't know how I made it to the end of the year. And then I started off the year with, or no, it wasn't. I started off the year with Heat, but I watched Heat, which she's got a great ass. That's what I took away from that film. What I took away from Heat, a mini Heat review for you here, is that Albert Pacino is insane in this movie. And also that this movie, So Lou and I were watching it, and he's seen it before, and he was very resilient to watching it because he didn't obviously like it as much as. And I understood why. This film is 170 freaking minutes long. It is a long ass movie. Oh my god! I felt like every single time that this damn movie was going to end. I thought every single damn time that this movie was going to end that it was not. It didn't. It was just like that movie is so long. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was okay. I mean, but like, God, that movie is long. That movie is long, and Al Pacino is nutso in this movie, and I love a good Al Pacino nuts impression. or impression, an Al Pacino. You know, I almost just said I love an Al Pacino's nuts film, but I love a nutty Al Pacino film. You know what? I'm going to stop talking. Matt, say something else.
I was just letting you go, buddy. Just letting you go.
I love Al Pacino's nuts. That's what we just came up with by the end of this. Totally making myself look like a true professional here. I love Al Pacino, and I love him in this movie. The movie is way too long, but it was okay. That was your Nick Mulbach review of Heat. Join us next week when I review, let's see here, the first season of Seinfeld, because I got that over there.
No, first season of Euphoria.
I don't have that on DVD, but I do have Seinfeld.
You do have
I
HBO.
know. Or what else do we got over there? We got
Tenet.
Casablanca? Tenet. Oh, that is Tenet that I'm looking at, actually, funny enough. Yes, I have to finish Tenet.
He's got like an hour left.
I know, another movie that's Jesus. Like when so Matt and I were watching Tenet last night.
If Matt
And we
hadn't
did not
watched the
finish
match, we probably would have finished it.
Right. And we didn't. Yeah, that was weird. I watched football in Matt's basement for about 30 minutes straight. Well, my family was upstairs watching that prom movie, which man, oh man. Yeah, I had to finish Tenet. Oh, I got Vice underneath that. I gotta watch Vice again. I liked Vice. That movie, the ending of Vice still scares the crap out of me when he just turns to the screen and just like, I don't know, sternly, what's his name? Dick Cheney just sternly talks to me for like 15 minutes. Oh, felt
but
longer than that.
Like 15 minutes.
It felt like he's just like, was that really that bad? I was like, man, listen, I get that Rami Malek did a very, very good Freddie Mercury impression, but like that part right there, listen.
And we watched that right before that Oscars too. We finished.
We did. We've done that a lot. We did that with Parasite last year. Here's why I'm jaded. It's because one of my favorite movies of all time, let alone movies that like deserved an Oscar win, is Rocket Man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets nominated he delivers, in my opinion, what is a better performance than Rami Malek, though.
Agreed.
Again, listen, Rami deserved to be nominated, but so did Taron Egerton. And that's where I'm just kind of like,
you don't win the Golden Globe, or you don't win one of the two acting Golden Globes and not get nominated for an Oscar. Just saying.
Unless you're Me Too, literally right before right after you won, James Franco. Yeah. But that said, I love Rocket Man. I wish that I'm just jaded by Rocket Man. Rami did a great job. Don't get me wrong. But I am very jaded by Rocket Man. And that's why I would have given it to either Christian Bale or Bradley Cooper that year. Boom.
Yeah.
Let's change the Oscars. I got to watch Parasite again too. I'm getting distracted by my bookshelf full of movies that I still haven't watched yet. I also have my Peter versus Chicken DVD that I got for Christmas. That's very important to watch as well. Episodes of Family Guy that I've seen 100 times.
Okay.
I'm losing it, man. I'm okay.
Well, hey, lucky for you, that's all the movie news we got.
Woo!
All right, so just some house cleaning. If you guys didn't see this past Thursday, Really Scared started their new what's the word I'm looking for?
Format.
Yes, their new format for the program.
Here.
Thank you. Really fun, really nice. We had Video Drew on, who is of movie trivia show or Schmodown fame. And there's a really fun episode. It was fun being behind the scenes and seeing how the guys had a really cool and interesting conversation with Drew. And this week, there's a graphic. I can download it real quick.
Is it the Wrestle Reel graphic?
No, it is.
Oh, you still probably don't have up here?
I had it. I accidentally deleted it though.
Well, I'll give you one right now.
That's fine. Oops.
Dead air. We love Dead Air. Here, who are they? Real Entertainment.
There we go. It's downloaded. This week on Really Scared, they have the one and the only Beasts of the Movie Trivia Showdown.
Schmodown.
Wow. William Bibiani, and they're talking about the film Let's Kill Uncle, produced and directed by William Castle, which you can find for free on YouTube. So be sure to check out Let's Kill Uncle and join in on the conversation Thursday. So yeah,
I'm excited. I love the Beast. He's one of my favorite people just in general.
Yes. Then of course, got Wrestle Reel.
I don't have a blank one, so I just threw that out there.
I have a blank one that I could download it. I think at least. But yeah, so Wrestle Reels that goes back and forth between Fridays or live on Tuesdays. You never know. It just depends on the week. It depends on schedules.
And we love seeing everybody there, whether it's live or whether it's not.
Yeah. So we got that going on for us. Really excited about that. Nick, what did you talk about this week?
What?
What was Wrestle Reels like this past week?
You know what? Wrestle Reel, we had a special guest on. His name was Soda from Schmoes of the North. He was fantastic. We basically did a recap of 2020. We went over some tier lists that Ryan Satin from Twitter, who works for Fox's WWE or works for SmackDown. Yes, he did. He made tier lists of WWE, and we talked about how controversial or how not controversial they were. There we go, right there. There's my boy and I. And we talked about what we would like to see moving forward in wrestling for 2021 with our wrestling resolutions. Soda is a great dude. We loved having him on. He's incredibly passionate about wrestling, just like we are. We're just a bunch of marks over on that show. And yeah, like I said, we're excited. Great show with him. So be sure to check it out and be sure to check out next week's show.
Yes. And then also, we still have Atonement coming up, but be ready for this week after a brief hiatus. Really Trivia Showdown. I shouldn't say Atonement is coming up. There's been a lot going on. Atonement's canceled. You'll see it as part of the reason why in this championship match between me and Tommy Bling that will hope be out this upcoming Friday. If not, it will be out on the Monday following. So there's that. Got a comment. Great episode with Soda. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It was fantastic. We want to have him back on again because it's so nice. Chris and I could talk about wrestling for hours and hours and hours and hours upon end. But we have our fun shows definitely when we have an extra voice here and there. But we just have fun with Wrestle Reel overall. So make sure you check us out.
And then tomorrow will be the last dog check, possibly, of the season. It depends on how the Browns do tonight. We'll see. But tomorrow, because of how late the game is, I have work tomorrow. Sean has work tomorrow. It's looking like tomorrow could possibly be the last dog check of the season. We shall see how that turns out.
Hey, we are optimistic here. We love our Brownies.
I wasn't being pessimistic. I said that has I'm just saying possibly the last one of the season. I didn't say it's going to be. I just got to say possibly.
Super Bowl! Super Browns!
Not when you have to play the Kansas City Chiefs in the next round, buddy.
Super Bowl, Super Browns.
And then this is the show that really has a change. So for the rest of this month, Chris and I will have more than just the normal one episode a week spin from the reel. We will be doing interview episodes with some of the latest Schmodown potential draftees. This week on the normal episode, we actually have two that we're going to be interviewing, and that is Thomas Harper, who will be going into the Star Wars division and is one of the famed Dragon Con players we've been hearing about. And the other one is a fan league, or not a fan league, a fan audition for IG, Mr. Jesse Swift. So we're really excited about those coming on. It's just going to be a good old time. But following this month, Spin from the Reel will be moving to Mondays. So starting, let's pull up my calendar real quick. Starting Monday, February 1st, Spin from the Reels will be on Mondays. So there's that.
I did not even know of this change. That sort of leaves Wednesdays open now, doesn't it?
Yes.
Anyways, loved being able to talk some movies. Listen, this past year, I don't think that we really had a chance to reflect on how great this past year was for this channel.
No.
And that's coming from the two guys who started it all. So thank you so much for the support that we have gotten over the past year. 2020 sucked in so many ways, but if it didn't happen the way that it did, who knows if we would have switched over to this format that we're doing right now and bringing on Toby and bringing back Really Scared and bringing on all these new different shows that we're doing and stuff like that. And the fan league and doing everything. Thank you. Thank you for our first 100 subscribers. Thank you for
any future subscribers.
Any future subscribers. Anybody who's watching this weird show right now going, who the hell are these guys? Thank you so much. I don't know why you skipped to this moment right here in the show, but hey, thanks for showing up. But no, really, I get overly sentimental all the time. That's just my thing. I am grateful, eternally grateful for the fan support that we have on these shows. Even joining us when we don't even announce that we're starting an hour earlier or
3 hours earlier.
3 hours earlier, just because a couple of Browns marks want to watch the game. A million Browns marks want to watch the game. Even Chris Anthony Lopez is one. But just kidding. But
he's watching the Bears right now.
I always want to say this from the bottom of my heart, and I know that Matt agrees. Thank you, and more thank you so much for making 2020 the year that it was, for the year that it was, and the future. Looking forward to the future for 2021 being the year that it's going to be for Who Are They Real Entertainment.
Yes, and speaking of which, next Sunday, we will be talking about the content we're most looking forward to see in 2021. Not the movies, just the content. Could be movies.
Is that why I needed to shut my mouth about Logan?
Yes, it was. The movies. I was
wondering, I'm like, are we announcing like an Inner Geekdom show or something like that? We don't need one.
There might be something like that happening. Not with me though. But next week is content we're looking forward to in 2021. Could be books, movies, music, television. Just, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it. Excited about that. There's a possibility on the 31st, depending on what happens, we could be in. Actually, probably either way, we're probably going to have a wrestle that night. So, because Nick and Chris want to do a watch along to what event is that?
The Royal Rumble.
Yes. It's the Royal Rumble watch along with Nick and Chris. So we got a Wrestle Real Talk on January 31st. And then next Sunday, we will talk to you about what is going to happen on the Sunday, the 24th, because we're going to try to figure out just the main talking points of programming each week going forward. And we'll probably Jackbox games starting next week. But once again, we're just some Browns marks. We had to start early and wanted to keep this shorter. So, but that's it. That's the show.
That's the show.
So signing off, I'm Matt.
I'm Nick.
And this was another Who Are They Real Talk. Have a good one.